What's up, gang? It is I, your ever-loving cat daddy, Jackson Galaxy, and today we find out the root causes of some of the strange stuff that you guys experience, and then of course send to me for me to tell you, is this weird or is this okay and normal? And sometimes it's a little bit of both, which is what we're gonna see today. Thanks to our intrepid viewer, Yulia from Ukraine, who sends in a video about her cat, Elvis. And let's let Yulia tell you what this is all about. Go ahead, Yulia.
Hi Jackson, I'm Yulia from Ukraine and I have 3 months old year cat named Elvis. And recently he started waking me up by suckling on my ear and massaging my cheek. I understand why this is happening. Probably he was divided from his mother too early in his life. But I'm wondering if you have any advice, how should I behave? Because I really have no idea.
All right, let's rewind that one last time again, because, you know, this is one of those things, it's like cat ASMR. It just makes you want to sleep, man. Just, oh yeah, that. I mean, come on. That is just the loudest purr I have heard in a very long time. And of course, it's being accompanied by a behavior that Yulia pretty much understands what's going on. She said,
I understand why this is happening. Probably he was divided from his mother too early in his life.
And Yulia, that gives you the Cat Mojo jackpot of the day. Woohoo! That's exactly, you're right. We see this kind of behavior, and of course, everyone has different words for it, whether it's making biscuits or making dough or smurgling. We've talked about it plenty of times. Check out this video right here if you want a little bit more on smurgling. But yes, it is a thing. We do see it more often in cats who are separated from their moms too early. Why? Because it is a weaning behavior. It is something that one of the first things that a kitten learns to do is find their mom with their nose, and they find mom and they boop mom, and then they start to drink milk. And when they start to drink the milk, this behavior right here is the thing that sort of encourages the milk to come out. They'll do this on mom's tummy to get the milk to come out. And that is one of their earliest behaviors. So as they get a little bit older, it also becomes one of those behaviors that they associate with loving and calm and serenity and that kind of thing. And like I said, we do notice this much more in cats that were separated from their moms before they were, let's say, 6 or 7 weeks old. It becomes something that they transfer onto their humans. And so of course, Yulia, now I know this isn't something you really want to hear, but you kind of have like your ear becomes a nipple. It's an ear nipple lobe. Anyhow, Elvis is finding that spot and then of course making biscuits on your face as if you were mom's belly. None of this sounds terribly romantic when I say it, but honestly, it really is a sweet gesture, even though a lot of the times they kind of use their teeth a little bit and their claws can be sharp. Now let's talk about how, if we want it not to happen, are there ways to do it? Really, in most cases, I would say, cats will grow out of this. I don't know how old Elvis is. I don't think you said how old Elvis is, but Elvis looks really young. And really, over time, it's one of those things that just tends to, if not go away, get a little less insistent than what Elvis is doing right now. And I think it's adorable, and I'm sure you do as well. And you don't have to act a certain way. You don't have to encourage it or discourage it if you don't want to. Of course, this would be a good time to talk about trimming your cat's nails, because I'm sure when Elvis starts doing this on you, gesture, but it comes out like, you know, Edward Scissorcats, right? And you get all beat up. So that's one thing to do. But the other thing is, if you don't want him to do it, you can't stop him. There is always a warning that your cat is about to sink into this kind of behavior. They'll nuzzle up to you, maybe you're petting them, then the purring starts, and then they go for it. So in a way, you're encouraging that to happen. If you don't want it to, all you have to do is stop, sit up, put him down. I mean, you don't have to put him off the bed, you don't have to absolutely not discipline him, but if you end the ritual as it's starting to happen, you break that cycle just a little bit, and do it consistently. Yulia, if you don't want it to happen, every time this happens, you basically go like this and just sit up. I know that may be happening in the middle of the night, you don't want to do that, But as soon as you sit up, Yulia, he will sort of disengage from this, and you can either transfer him over to something like a cat kicker, or any kind of a whoopee that he might have, a little stuffed animal, something like that. But more likely than not, you're still going to be his preferred target because you are that maternal figure to him. You are that sort of other to him, and your scent is going to be associated also with the smurgling and the ear sucking. So really, if you don't want it to happen, that's really all you have to do. And for the rest of you guys, just a quick little hint, not only do we get to stop behaviors like this if we don't want it happening, but if your cat is starting to get overstimulated in your lap and you know that if you keep petting or if they keep sitting there, you're gonna get a little chomp on your hand or they're gonna get all kind of agitated, in that moment, before things get built up, stand up. That's all you gotta do, stand up. Don't say anything, you don't have to say bad Elvis or anything like that. Just break the ritual. That's all you're doing. There's always precursors, there's always signs that one of those sort of soothing rituals is about to happen, and you have the power to just say, yeah, I don't want it. Just be consistent, make sure it happens every single time. Give him a yes for that no if you feel like he needs it. And like I said, whether that's a whoopee of some sort or a cat kicker, which they tend to like because they can wrap their arms around it, anything like that would work. But in the meantime, Yulia, you got a pretty adorable problem on your hands. Boy, it's a bad one, isn't it? But that's a terrible problem you got there. Anyway, Yulia, thank you so much for submitting your question. And everybody, here's just another little dose of Elvis before we go. Yeah, it's like the real Elvis. Love me, Yulia, love me, dear. Never let me go. Anyhow, I'm done. I'm finished. All right, you guys, if you've got a question that is begging an answer, all you gotta do is send it right here, jacksongalaxy.com/submit. Just do exactly what Yulia did, and do it as well as Yulia did it too, by the way. A little bit of question asking, and then this wonderfully produced purring. Well, anyway, whatever you got to do, just send it on in, and we'll see. Maybe I'll answer it, okay? Until next time, you guys, all light and all love and all smurgly magic to you.
Meow.